Welcome to Heal into Happy. I invite you to take an adventure with me into your very own universe as I guide you to go within, release your fears, and become empowered to create a life you love. I am your host, Lark Allen. My intention is to help you shine a light on everything that is keeping you from being truly free. You can expect this healing journey to be filled with love, laughter, clarity, and fun. Are you ready to take a leap of faith? Let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to have my guest, Jody Colvard, today. She is one of the hugest reasons that Heal into Happy even exists. So I cannot say enough amazing things about her. She has mentored me and cheered me on. I have wanted a podcast for a long time, but I was very hesitant because of all of the technological things that needed to take place. And I really feel like there are so many of us out there that have so much to say, but maybe don't move forward in creating a podcast because of technology. And so she is so perfect at doing all of the things. And I remember Jody, me being afraid of even speaking in a microphone. And so she goes so deeply at that beginner level where just helping you get set up with how to do that. And like I had anxiety about downloading the specific things that needed to make it happen and just getting the confidence to record things and send to you, Jody. And then you giving me feedback was so life-changing for me. And so I just feel like I'm just really excited to share you with the world because we all have a missing puzzle piece to make all of humanity co-create heaven on earth and do amazing things. And you really are such a huge support in helping people's voices be all that they can be. So thank you for being that huge service to humanity. I can't imagine me even having Heal into Happy if it weren't for you.
Well, thank you so much for all those kind words you said about me. I appreciate it. And you have that in you. You already had what you needed. You just were afraid of the tools. And once you start getting used to the tools and also finding who you are, your own voice. Because a lot of times when I work with people, I'll have them record a few times because what they try to be somebody else or what they think somebody else wants. But then when you start hearing them speak as their self, the audio waves actually change. There's always like a rigidness when they are not speaking as their true self. But once they find that flow, the audio represents that. It just flows with your voice.
Yes, you do that too. I had so many ideas. And that's another thing. We bring so much to the table because we've had so much to say for so many years, maybe even lifetimes. And then it's like, blah, and so you really help hone in on the really important things and the places to start. And I just feel like it was just like a huge therapy session for me to be able to share with you the things that I desired to get out and the ways that I really felt passionate about helping people heal. And you helped me slow down and to do it in a way where it was consumable for the listener and easy to digest. And it also helped me flow in a way that did feel absolutely authentic and fun and healing. And I just feel like everybody should have a podcast with you. And
Thank you.
That, all of us listening to one another, it really is part of an amazing healing journey that it is to be a human.
In Greek, the word art is therapia, which is therapy. So it's just your art. It's your voice that you're sharing your art with the world, your creativity. And so it is therapy because you are releasing things that you're holding inside of you and you're actually helping other people. It's like a huge therapy session for the world, right?
Yes, it really is. And the way that Heal into Happy is changing and all of the amazing things that are happening and the new guests that are just showing up in my life, it has been so phenomenal. I have some new guys that have just showed up in my life that are amazing. Somebody named Brandon that's 27, and then somebody that's named Peter that's going to be coming that is in a different area of his life, but still just bringing that masculine, divine masculine to the table. And it's just like magnetizing to me. And it's just so amazing. And I'm just so thankful for all of the unfolding that's happening.
It's all energy. Our voices are energy. And once we put that out there, if anybody that's on that same wavelength, it can feel it, they're going to be attracted back to you, right? You're like a beacon. It's like you're putting out that message. And then the people that are feeling it or hearing it, they're finding you.
Yeah, it really is. It's attracting your soul tribe. So
it is, really.
Yeah, it really is. It's so multidimensional, deciding to have the courage to push record and to be of service in this way. So Jody is an amazing way for all of us to be able to do that. On top of everything that Jody and I just talked about, let me also tell you about her amazingness in a more formal way. Jody is the founder and CEO of Frequency Media Group, parent company to FMG Radio, TV, and podcasting. She holds the same roles with Podcast School and Women in Podcasting. All are cutting-edge platforms combining creativity, personal empowerment, and technology to empower voices, ideas, and stories. She began speaking internationally in 2004, becoming one of the first women to teach blogging and podcasting in the United States and China. She has shared the stage with many notable speakers, such as Michael Beckwith, Barbara DeAngelis, Mark Victor Hansen, Jack Canfield, and many more. Jody is a pioneer and insider's mentor in the realms of internet marketing, new media, social networking, and business strategy development. In 2008, she distilled the knowledge into her acclaimed book and training program, Be a Show Host: How to Connect Your Dream to the New World of Community, Customers, and Continual Profits. This comprehensive media course has been used to teach thousands of students to develop professional, polished, and best of all, profitable podcasts and radio shows. Jody has worked with celebrities and charity organizations such as Make-A-Wish Foundation and the Soul of Africa with Nelson Mandela, Brad Pitt, and Sir Richard Branson, and with clients featured on 2020, Good Morning America, Oprah, and Dr. Phil. So you are just so inspiring, and you have reached into so many different communities, bringing so many pearls of wisdom everywhere you go.
Well, thank you.
And all of her information on how to contact her will be in our show notes.
The main portal, if you go to Frequency Studios, it's FRQNCY Studios.com, will be the main portal so that you can go to all of these different areas that she just mentioned.
Yeah. And if you decide to reach out to Jody, let her know that you heard from Heal Into Happy and Lark Allen, so that she knows that people are connecting in that powerful way with us together.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I feel like this whole series on co-creating heaven on earth is something that you've really been doing for so long, because helping people gain their voice is such an important part of us really pivoting away from anything that no longer serves us into our highest potential. So I really look forward to hearing you answer the 3 questions that everybody is answering this season, because I just feel like you have so much to bring to the table with all of your experiences in life.
I've just been thinking about these 3 questions a lot.
Yeah.
I hear them because I hear your shows, because you're producer, right?
Right.
So I hear the shows. So it's like, I know what you're going to ask me. I've done a lot of things, in my life. I've been all over the world. I've spoke on stages. I've been to premieres of movies, Academy Awards. I've been lots of places. But it's the simple things that really stand out most to me,
Mm-hmm. It's true. Those are the really priceless things. And I feel like that's the whole thread that I've heard from everyone as I'm interviewing everyone. Mm-hmm. It's really the simple things that are so priceless and so available to us in every now moment.
Yeah, it's the things that don't cost a thing. that are the most precious to us.
Yes, yes. All right. So, number one, tell me a time that you have experienced heaven on earth.
Okay, so again, I was listening to this and I was thinking, I go through my mind of all the things I've done. There's been amazing things, but I think there's one certain period of my life that just really is kind of the one that inspires me to kind of recreate again a moment, right? It's when I had time. It's when I actually had the time to sit down with people and just really listen to them and know that I don't have to run off and be somewhere. My kids, being able to really be there for them. The way I was eating was, really healthy and exercising and feeling really whole, mind, body, spirit. It was how felt like my body was radiating, how I felt I was in a space where I was just in tune in all directions. I felt balanced, right? That's a moment I want to achieve again. Because I find that, throughout my life when I've kind of gone into these periods where building this megalomania media company and it would get crazy where I'd work like 100 hours a week and I was always on the road and things like that. But once I look at those moments that really made me happy, it was those simple moments that I just really wanted to keep. And so I started working out, okay, this is my life. How can I create my life to really follow along with what I envision it to be, that heaven on earth, so I can actually create my hours and everything around it. So this is my business. So that's what I'm in the process of doing.
I love that. Yeah, where you're slowing down enough to really think about the food that you're eating and the time that you're spending and just slowing down.
Yeah, because right now I'm growing my own food. I don't eat meat, but so I can grow everything that I want to eat. I can grow from my property. I want to be self-sustainable. So we have our own water, we have our own electricity, we have our own food. So I don't have to worry. So
I love that. That's freedom.
Yeah, so that's really what I'm creating is a life of freedom, right? That's what I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like all of us deep down desire that. And it's also getting back in tune with nature. I started a little garden too. It's amazing. Like we're all being called to, get to know our planet more.
Yeah, it's also, you think about the foods that you eat, the vibration in the food. I was looking at this chart. They have this, it's like an electromagnetic device that actually will gauge how much your body vibrates, the vibration of your actual self.
Ooh.
So a healthy body vibrates between 60 and 72 hertz, right?
Okay.
That's what a healthy body is. Once you get lower than that, like when you get to like 54 hertz, your body, the way it vibrates, your immune system's low and you can get sick. When you get down into like 48 in the 40s, it's like then that's where cancer starts developing. 25 hertz is you're dying. Okay. You can check your body and also you can check the food that you eat. If any kind of processed foods or canned foods, there's zero frequency. If you have fresh foods, it starts going up. So it's like the fresh foods that you're putting in your body, it will help your vibration stay at that level. It's like a game, right? It's like you can check yourself and say, wow, I'm starting to drop. I need to like put in this fresh food and you see it rise again.
Wow. That is so cool. I need one of those.
I think everybody does. It's something we need to be aware of that we can gauge.
It's such an amazing assessment. I mean, it's actually better than knowing your blood pressure and everything.
It really is. It really is. But the frequency of your body affects everything. It's every cell in your body has its own energy inside. If you're gauging it and you know what exactly where you need to be, and if you start to drop, it's actually maintenance or even like pre-health, so you can make yourself healthy before you get sick, right?
Wow. I love that that's available.
Yeah, you can get those. You can look them up online. They have them you can purchase.
So cool. Okay. Question number 2. Here's a magic wand, and with this magic wand, you can create heaven on earth. What is heaven on earth for you?
Okay, so when I look at this heaven on earth as a whole, I feel like we're all interconnected. There's nobody that we're not connected to. We're connected to every tree, animal, everything, right? So it's like if we think of ourselves, we're missing the point because it has to include every soul, right? Mm-hmm. So I think with my magic wand, what I would create is I would want to make sure everybody had food, shelter, healthcare, the whole world. I think everybody deserves that. And also then to the point where greed and power is not the mainstay of this world, right? Because right now we are at a point where the people that feel like they need to have everything and then the other ones have without. If I had a magic wand, I could shift that, right? I just think that we need to come to a point where we do look at everybody else as part of us and not separate from us.
I absolutely agree. We are all connected. And when I was a nurse, thinking about every patient as a dear beloved sister and helping her through the birthing process is how I worked every day. And it meant the world to my patients because that warm embrace and love and support and protection. And if we could look at every single person in that way, there would be so much healing, and we truly are.
For years, I worked with a lot of doctors and I did a lot of energy work. So doctors would send people to me. And so every time I would put somebody on the table, the first thing I thought is I just love you, right? I just feel that love for them. It was different, not a physical love. It was just a very spiritual love that I would feel for that individual. And that love was so intense. And so when I would start working on them and my hands would just start burning, they could feel everything that I felt. I could feel what they felt. I actually could put my hands on their head and close my eyes and see what they were thinking. It freaked some people out, but it was like, we're connected. And so I just think that if you have that feeling for people around us, we don't have to be that intense and say, I love you, but it's just knowing that kinship that we're all related to each other. We're all connected to one another.
I totally agree. Okay. Question number 3. What simple, easy, concrete step will you take in the next 24 hours to make heaven on earth real?
I think going back to the first question is really finding that point in my life. It's where was I the happiest? And recreating that, or at least giving myself the space to create that. And so when I'm launching my network, it's a boutique network. And I get to control what I do. I have other people that are working with me, but it's my hours. I can set my hours to a minimum. I want to work 3 days a week. That's it. And I'll have other people do other things for me, but I just want to make sure that I have the time to be creative. I paint, I sculpt, I read. I like to be creative and have that time to do it. And when I found myself prior, when I was just working all the time and I didn't have that creative space for myself, that's when I started feeling my energy starts to deplete. So that's what I want to create this time. It's I have an opportunity. It's a fresh start. My house burnt down and I went through all these different things and I started realizing what's important and what's not important. Now I have this restart in life and now I'm going to do it right. I'm going to make sure that whatever I plan out for myself is what I always wanted for myself.
Yes, I love that. You have had this whole life experience and now you get to choose how you do everything, and you've set your life up in that way, and you've went really, really busy and realized that didn't feel good. And so now you can recalibrate and do something that's just as big as what you did before, but do it in a way that feels good to you, where your cup is always full. So it can be an eternal production, but still in alignment with what you need. And, I feel like that's the perfect thing for all entrepreneurs to find.
My mom used to have this saying when I was a kid, and she'd say, you are like an oil lamp. And she says, you are given so much oil to let that glow about you, about that lamp shine. But once you start giving away all the oil, then your light goes out. And I think that a lot of us, instead of replenishing that oil, we're constantly giving it away. And then we don't have enough shine for ourselves.
Absolutely.
It's good to shine the light on others, but then it's making sure that you take care of yourself too. That's the main thing.
I totally agree. So before we started recording, you were starting to tell me something about your radio and the app. I'd love for everybody to hear about it. Yeah. Because that is such a service to humanity. It's all related to a good hurts and everything. Tell me all about it.
My network is FMG, Frequency Media Group. And the frequency is something I try to instill into everything that I do. it's all energy. So one of the things that I do with FMG radio is we have talk shows and we have music. And I'm trying to bring in all the music that has 432 hertz and then music that's uplifting, music that's going to actually make your body feel good when you listen to it. So I have it's like a regular radio station. So you can listen to the music and then you'll have your talk shows and there's a schedule. So you can see when the shows are, like Lark, your show is on there. So we have all the different shows that are available that are really uplifting, talking about all these positive things as well. So the FMG radio has an app that you can download on your phone, either an Android or a Apple phone. And it allows you to listen to that music and talk shows 24/7. You can listen to your car, on your computer. So all these different ways that you'll have access to the radio. Then there's FMG podcasting. So we have all the different shows that we produce through Frequency Studios. And you're one of those shows, Lark. And so those podcast shows are supplied where you can listen to it right on the website. You can listen to it on your phone. And then we have FMG TV and also have FMG Voice, which is a magazine that is really going to be highlighting all the different people that are doing positive things in the world. We have this whole section that is on change casters, people that are creating change. So everything that we're doing in the network is really to uplift, inspire you. We talk about food. We talk about all the things I talked about previously. And I'll be sharing the gauge for the electromagnetics, all these ways that we can really lift up our vibration and make us healthier, happier, and more available to what's out there for us.
I love that so much. So if you want to download the app, you go to the App Store and then look up FMG.
You can actually just go to fmgradio.com and it's actually on the front page. So you can just click on it and then they can just push the button and it takes them right to it.
Okay.
I've had the network since 2004. The story of how FMG came about was that in the early 90s, in 1994, I started one of the very first online art galleries. And then I started teaching internet marketing in 1998. And then I started seeing what was coming about. It was so early on. I had this vision because prior to that, I worked in television and radio. I used to help kids and young adults on how to speak properly, how to be on radio, how to be on television. And then also I worked on getting them into radio and TV shows, right? So that's kind of like what I did in the physical world. And then I took it into online. But when I saw everything that was happening, I thought, wow, this is an opportunity for people to all have a platform to speak on. Because most times you go down to Hollywood, there's only a small percentage of people that would actually get anything because there was such a demand of people wanting to be in there, but not enough roles. So I started envisioning in my mind what FMG Network would be. And I could see it. And I'd actually go to people and would ask them if they could make it. Nobody could really make what I could see. So I taught myself how to do HTML, PHP, CSS, JavaScript, all the different codes. And I created my own network. So then from there, I had that network for quite a while. And after the fire, I took everything down. But this is kind of like this relaunch is a rebirth. So the launch is going on. I'll have the main network and all the other different platforms that are coming out. And in addition, we have Podcast School that we're relaunching. So we have the Podcast School, so we will be having training there. And then also I'm launching podcastmenu.com, which is a directory of all the different podcasts. So it's just like a variety of different platforms that are just giving people the visibility that they need to be seen and be heard.
I love that. I'm so excited. Stella and I will be listening after I pick her up from school. That'll be so fun. What a treat.
Yeah. You'll be able to hear your show on there soon. And so that's
Stella
good.
will be like, whoa, mommy.
Mom's on the radio. I'm really looking forward to it. And I really thank you for having your voice in there as well.
Thank you for doing that and being so supportive in all the ways. I just eternally thankful that I found you and that you have supported the birth of my dream of being able to help other people.
Your voice is so sweet and tender. And we're talking about frequency too with the voice. It's like how your voice sounds. And if somebody's able to actually listen to you for long periods of time, it has a lot to do with the frequency of your voice. So like a man's voice only goes up to 180 hertz and a female voice will go up to 250 hertz. And then since it's vibrating, it's oscillating at a higher frequency, it actually comes to the human ear faster than a male voice.
Oh, wow. That
And
is
then
fascinating.
it's interesting, huh? So that's why you see most of the ads and commercials will use female voices, because the audience are more in tune with the female voice than the male voice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
So
full of knowledge.
so when your voice, the rhythm of your voice, the cadence is very pleasant. So it's really nice to listen to.
Aw, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. And we are going to be continuing this co-creating heaven on earth. It is absolutely inspirational and more exciting. Things are happening with it, and new people are flowing into our reality to shed light on how they're co-creating heaven on earth. And so I look forward to you all coming back and tuning in soon. And Jody and I are offering you so much love and so much light as you go about your week. Until next time.
Thank you for joining me today on Heal into Happy. My prayer is that you have gained more insight into your healing journey and that you are one step closer to loving yourself more fully in this now moment. And if you could do me a favor, please leave me a 5-star review over on iTunes. My passion is empowering others on their healing journey, and with your review, you may help others struggling to heal find this message. Be sure to visit me at healintohappy.com for past episodes and more ways to connect with me. Also, please always remember that I am offering you so much love and light as I celebrate the divine sovereign being that I see in you.